I should have never answered her. It was the first rule my grandmother ever taught me. Do not speak when something calls your name in the dark. But that night I forgot, and now I don't think she'll ever stop looking for me. It started when I went to my uncle's village for a funeral, a long, exhausting trip from the city, deep into the countryside of Nigeria. The kind of place where the trees are taller than the houses, where the night is thick with the sounds of crickets, and where the wind carries whispers that don't belong to the living. The burial went late, and by the time I was walking back to the house, the village was asleep. I should have hurried. I should have ignored the feeling of eyes watching me from the trees. But then, she called my name. Tunde, oh Tunde, are you lost? I stopped. My blood ran cold. The voice was soft, like a mother singing to a baby, but it didn't come from behind me. It didn't come from the side either. It came from above. Slowly, I tilted my head up, and there she was, perched high in the twisted branches of a baobab tree, staring down at me with wide, hungry eyes. A woman, or something pretending to be one. Her skin was dark and smooth, but her limbs were too long, her fingers stretching like vines. She wore an old, faded wrapper, her hair piled high like a queen's crown, and her mouth, her mouth, was pulled into a wide and knowing smile. Come closer, child, she whispered. Aren't you curious? My heart slammed against my ribs. My grandmother's voice screamed in my head. Do not answer, do not listen, run. But my lips had already parted. Who are you? The second the words left my mouth, she dropped. She fell from the tree without a sound, landing on her hands and feet like a spider. I stumbled back, my breath frozen in my throat. She moved toward me, slow and smooth, her body twisting like a snake. I have been waiting for someone like you, she cooed, so full of wonder, so full of questions. I turned and ran. The path twisted under my feet, the tree shifting, bending, laughing. No matter how fast I ran, the air behind me was filled with her voice. Tunde, Tunde, don't be afraid. I burst into my uncle's house, slamming the door shut. My chest heaved, my skin slick with sweat. My uncle sat up from his mat, his face dark with fear. Did you answer her? He asked. I could only nod. His lips pressed together. Then she will follow you now. And she has. Every night since, I hear her outside my window, humming an old tune. My grandmother burns herbs, my uncle prays. But nothing helps. She is waiting. And I'm afraid that one night, my curiosity will answer her again.